What's going on, team? How we doing out there? Let's get right to the action. I'm a little bit confused on this rally, looking around to see, what's getting us up so high today. Well, we'll talk a little bit about that. Let's take a look into the market action. I'm wondering, is this rally going to hold? The Bulls got recontrolled today. It looks like they're making a stand. Let's get towards the SPY here. You guys can see this is holding around the 395. Let's go to the 15-minute here. You guys can see ever since pretty much, I would say about 2 p.m., we really got the spike there. This was kind of a normal kind of stair step up. And then now really getting that spike up there towards 395.79. Was looking around to see what could give us this spike. I mean, I didn't see much out there, team, but I did see some comments out there from Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller saying that he favored a 0.25 percentage point interest rate hike. So maybe that gave us the lift. But to me, more along, what does this show me? Institutional action, playing games with you out there, with me out there. That's what I think, at least. That's the only way we can get these big up moves and takedowns. These are the big boys, the fast trading, taking control, the computers winning. And this is where it gets tough, because now you take a look at the chart, right? And what do you get? You get more of those traps. And it seems to me like lately we get a lot of bull traps, bear traps, bull trap, bear trap, bull trap, bear trap. It just seems like it's a bunch of trappy action that goes on. And a lot of the times we don't even know why we get this little ramp back up like we got today. And if you guys in the chat, feel free to make comments about this. But I've been seeing this often, right? Where we're getting these moves, right? The same way we got that on the 400 rejection. It really wasn't. It wasn't Bullard's comments, right? You can think that it was Bullard's comments, but if you watch when the price action was happening, it wasn't necessarily that. It was more the rejection of 400. It shows to me a little bit more that sometimes we are getting these big boys, at least in my thinking, that they're selling up there. They're selling the rip and buying the dip. Where have you guys heard that before? My man Dennis Dick says it often, right? Buy the dip, sell the rip. Well, it looks like that's exactly what we're seeing right now. And I think that this is more institutional action. I think that's really what I can point it to. We'll see. Can we get back above 400, right? That's going to be the levels that we'll be watching. But now what happens when we come in on Monday? Well, when we come in on Monday, we could be probably up towards, who knows, maybe we're at 396. But what does this do? Then it goes ahead and gives to the next week the outlook that, oh, well, now we've run too far up again and we're coming back down. Well, there you guys have it. The back and forth, the chop continues in the market. Of course, I'm looking to see if there's a particular reason why we're up here. And I wouldn't really see anything, right? Kelly saying trying to build false confidence. I've heard that saying since 1996. Seems like it. Bean saying China is open. Well, don't think it's necessarily China, because China's been open since what? It's been weeks now, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I think this is just kind of the way it is and the way it's been. It's been choppy action. Choppy chop. All right, let's get towards the action. Let's take a look at the stocks out there. You guys keep throwing up some stocks. Exactly every Friday it rallies. Well, maybe it's Friday rallies, and maybe we got to kind of catch that, right? Well, we'll see what happens. Global liquidity is increasing, says Hammer Saw. Hey, it's a good comment. Definitely have been seeing volumes increasing, right? Unity being mentioned. Roblox. We'll take a look at these names. Let's get into the action. Of course, there's going to be some stocks moving today. I have no, just one way to talk about the market today. So if you guys want to bring up some stocks, feel free to throw them up. And guess what? We will have Joel Elconin back next week. So I won't be by myself anymore going towards the close. I always like to have somebody at least bounce some conversation off, or at least some ideas. But let's get into the action. Let's see what we saw in the markets, right? Let's go ahead. Let's do another sector analysis here. Technology leading the day. Let's talk about that. What are the stocks that kind of led here? Let's get to it. Well, NVIDIA with a nice little breakout today. And when did it come? It didn't come till about 11:15 out of nowhere. Boom, breakout to the top. Well, that's exactly what we kind of wanted to see. And one thing that I've been noticing too is when was this? This was around the time usually when retail takes off, right? There's not too many retail traders trading from 11 to 12. Well, there you guys see it. That's just why I think that this is more institutional action taking the drive, but Meta continuing today. Google was strong all day. That one was up. I did see that one doing a good move. And same thing with Microsoft. Those were just hanging out over on VWAP. Continued the rise there, going to 240.11. So not a bad day there for some of these tech names. Of course, if you look at certain industries, software applications, had a really good day there. You guys can take a look. Some of these names, Intuit getting a nice little lift, Shop getting a push, Uber. Seems like all the stocks that took a pullback with the recent move got the lift today, right? So that's something that we need to keep watching. Kathy must have been buying, says EKS. What was it? That's what it was. It was Kathy. We'll see what happens. But to me, I'm telling you, man, the action like that, when you're getting those ripped, it just goes to show you, right? The buy the dip mentality is out there. We'll see if it eventually gets broken. But right now, SPY still pushing right back towards 395. Looks like we're getting elevator moves up and down. Not what we want to be seeing. That's a little bit too much volatility for me. I want to see some consistent price action. Consistent. That's not what we're seeing right now. We're just seeing volatility down, right back up. Let's get towards those volatile names like Tesla, right? Tesla back there into the 130s today, holding a little bit of a push. Yesterday coming down. It came down pretty fast. Now it's starting to come right back up here. We cracked that 128 area, and now we really recovered it back towards 129. We'll look to see if we can come, of course, back towards the daily highs. Will we come back and take out the 136.68, making our way to 150? We'll have to see. Climbing the wall of worry, it seems like the market's doing. All right, Google job cuts pump the markets. What you think? Dude, I can't. What is going on with the job cuts mentality, team? I just put something up on my Twitter. Maybe we could have a little bit more of a conversation about it. You guys in the chat, let me know if you guys want to talk about it. But why? I don't understand this, team. I don't understand. Am I the only one that's lost in the thinking that some are saying out there that firing people to increase shareholder value? That doesn't make sense for me. It just doesn't there. I don't understand. I understand cost cutting. I know how that can help shareholders' value. Maybe that's your argument. But when companies are forced to go ahead and lay off workers, to me, what does this show? This shows me that the growth looking forward is not good. So I don't know how that's returning shareholder value, right? I don't understand that. Maybe I'm the only one confused there, but let's keep going. We'll take a look at some other stocks and some other industries in the market. Consumer cyclical also having a good day. The high beta names catching the bounce, pushing right back up. We'll take a look here. Lodging having a good day today, getting the little bit of a bounce. I'm sure the airlines probably got a little bit of a bounce. No, not as much. Look at American. It didn't bounce as much as I thought. Let's say the UAL. Nope, not as much there. Looks like some leisure definitely lagging behind some of this. Carnival Cruise, though, the cruise lines caught the bounce a little bit. That definitely got right back up there. We'll see what happens with these names, right? Back to consumer cyclical. You see the lodging having a decent day there for sure. Hilton, Marriott, nice little lift there, especially on Marriott. Why is Marriott lifting like it is right now? Look at that push here, team. That's something definitely to catch there. Hilton and Marriott. We'll see if that actually gets maybe Airbnb going. Will this ever come back? We'll see. It is trying to make its little way back. We'll see if it can actually keep moving to the upside. Basic materials, let's go towards the next industry. Aluminum having a good day there. Coal bouncing back, finally starting to get BTU moving a little bit. We'll see if AMR starts taking lead, right? This is kind of the leader now. Look at the weekly chart. Does look like it's trying to start coming back here. You guys can draw that kind of trend line. We'll see if we can make it towards the 180s and AMR. This is a coal play. Lumber trying to make its way back. Agricultural inputs. I've been watching some of these like MOS and CF. I would keep these on my radar, especially MOS. That's looking good here. Had kind of the battle. This is on the weekly. Look at the daily chart, and you can see here, nice little level right above it. We've tried to come up here multiple times, failed above the 48.50s. Can we get above the 48.50s, close towards 49? We'll be looking good there for MOS. We'll see what happens with those plays, but I don't know. It's just how it is right now. It's a tough market. That's to say the least. All right, Monday, I predict disaster selling. Man, come on, man. You're just trying to kill my emotions over here. I mean, it could happen, right? That's just the way this market is. Bitcoin back over 22,000, says Ed Jones. Yeah. Do you guys think Bitcoin's running this year? I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I just think it's just lifts, but we'll see what happened there. Of course, these are names that like to run with the hype. Let's go ahead and let's keep going. Financial services not doing bad today. Let's take a look there on the financial services. What did well today? You can see Visa continuing. This has been one of my favorite charts. I've talked about this plenty of times. I do think that Visa will continue. MasterCard will continue. Some of my favorite plays in the financial industry are those two. And then, of course, let's take a look at JPM as this is trying to recover after a big pullback. Look at the close that it's having here. Look at Morgan Stanley. This is one that I was watching today. Didn't get stopped out in it. Didn't want to kind of hang out in it. But as you can see, it did get a nice little lift right back. Pulled back. Now pushing right back up. Bank of America doing the same there. We'll see what happens in the finance industry going into next week. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at industrials. Industrials also getting a little bit of a lift today. UPS, Honeywell bouncing back there. It did get there to the 200, and I think that's an important level to look at. We'll look to see if we can crack back below the 200. You guys know I've been swing trading on GE. Took some profits on GE. Going to stay with a tiny piece here. Really don't want to see a close back above 78. But if for somehow we could get that disaster selling on Monday, well, we'll see if that comes cutting right back down. DE, very similar situation for me there, right? It cracked down. Today, it made up a little bit of those losses. Now we'll look to see if it continues through the lows and keeps cutting down. DE, Caterpillar, all in that area that I'll look to see if it really starts breaking down. All right, of course, USPS still in that area. Boeing has stayed strong, but slowly but surely starting to turn around a little bit is that Boeing. I could see it pull back maybe towards 200, maybe even down towards 194. We could extend this trend line and see if we run into it again. We'll see what happens there on Boeing. LMT bouncing back a little bit today. Those have really gotten hit as of late. We'll see what happens there in aerospace and defense if it could catch a little bit of a bounce. All right, let's keep going. I'll take a look at what you guys mentioning in the chat. What's going on out there, team? Hopium, says Dan Smith. It seems like it. They overhired during the pandemic. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of normal for jobs to kind of go up and down and hiring and firing. But the biggest thing is if you're being forced because of economical headwinds, right? If you're being forced because of the forward outlook, that's what I would say is a little bit different. All right, we'll see what else is going on there. Let's see. Two people I know were calling for Bitcoin 10,000 and are on the pre-market prep show. 150%. I ain't buying it until it gets down to those levels. I'll tell you right now, you guys can go buy Bitcoin right now here. I'll buy it when it gets to a 50% discount from here. That's the way I look at it, right? To each his own, right? You got to determine what levels are for you. I don't just go chasing. That's one thing I'm not going to do. All right, let's keep going. Let's take a look at some other names. We'll keep rolling through. Let's take a look there. How is let's go to the big names from today, right? Let's get into Netflix. How did that perform? Netflix overall continuing the game here, pulled back here, multiple bottoming actions around the 335.50s, now bouncing back here towards the end of the day. That's a lot of the times how you get these kind of earnings plays, right? It was kind of that washout coming right back to support, now recovering. We'll see if that can continue helping Disney. Look at Disney's nice day there, nice little push up. And is this on Disney? No, it's just Netflix giving it the nice little lift. Traders taking it, institutionals taking it. That's what it seems like to me there in Disney. I'm sure Roku probably up on it also. There you guys see it. Nice little lift there. Did Para hang on? Look at Para, nice little push up there. WBD, the Warner Bros. Look at that. Still continuing to push. That's what happens when you can get a leader like Netflix giving you a good report and nice lift, and then the traders come in and take it. All right, we'll see what happens there. Jay saying from Bitcoin 65 to 16,000, pretty big discount if you ask me. Not enough, Jay. Not enough. I like measured pullbacks. They need to be measured. That's why you guys see me use fib retracements often. That's what I like doing, team. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at what else is doing. Tanner saying it took a big L today. Don't worry, Tanner. It happens to the best of us. We'll always be able to bounce back. That's what matters most. All right, the GS news, right? Looks like they're getting searched, and they're going to get some SEC looking into what's going on there for Goldman Sachs. That's what happened there in the middle of the day. We'll see. I mean, we haven't really gotten an answer specifically on what they're looking in there. But, of course, Goldman Sachs taking a big hit today. Federal Reserve launching an investigation. Not what you want to see there, right? We'll see what happens there in Goldman Sachs. Feel bad if you got caught in that move. All right. Some people saying the bear market is over. Man, you guys, come on. You guys really feel that way? Put a 1 if you feel the bear market's over. Put a 2 if you feel we're just getting started. And put a 3 if you feel that we're in no man's land. Want to know what you guys think. We'll see what you guys say. All right, change agent, Money Mitch, give me your ideal, realistic Bitcoin entry point to go long. I've talked about it, change agent. What I did is I looked at the last wave of Bitcoin, measured the retracement from there, looking at it at a wave mentality, right? How much could we retrace? I would see about 86% retracement from that last move, right? So I'll just put it to this move. 86% retracement from that move above 60s puts us closer towards that 11,000, 12,000 area. We'll see if we get back down there. All right, let's see what we got in the votes. I wanted to see what you guys did there. I see the votes coming in. There's one thing you guys hear from me. It's transparency. I'm always going to give it to you guys how I see it. You guys give it to me how you guys see it too. There's some twos. There's some twos. Looks like there's, some people think the bear market's not over. Arden saying 1. Ooh, we got twos. There's a 3. I feel like no man's land there. There's some more twos. I see more twos than 1s, man. I don't know about you bulls out there. There's some 3s coming in here now. I think, honestly, there's more 3s, no man's land. I think the people in no man's land are like me, probably. They're just thinking, right now, it's up and down move, right? It's just difficult. We'll see what happens there. Jay Rice, it's waving goodbye to you. Who knows, right? There's a 2 there, a couple more 2s. Hey, I'll tell you what right now. I see you guys. It seems like the majority said 3. And then the second leading answer was a 2, that the bear market is still here and the worst yet to come. And then the 1s, they're actually the least. I thought they would be the most here. The majority not on the bull side. Majority still on the bear side here. That's interesting. And I always love to go ahead and call out those comments because it's fun to talk about, right? Let's keep going. Let's take a look at some other stocks. John saying that he agrees the bear market is over. We'll see. I mean, it's just tough to turn right back around. Jonathan Lovelace said, I said 3, but I still just bought SPY puts. Isn't that how it goes, man? Isn't that how it goes? All right, let's get towards the action. EKS said, did the train leave the station? All aboard. We'll see if the SPY is going to keep pushing up. All right, let's go looking into some different areas. You guys call out stocks out there. We can take a look. Healthcare names bouncing back today. Utilities even bouncing back. Glad I didn't go shorting Duke again. Right back up there to 101. I still like these names to come back down, but it's tough, right? Oil, how's the oil names? Look at XOM pushing right back up there towards 113.14. We'll look to see if we get through the highs, right? 52-week high. Can we get through there? We got about 114.66. Can we get through there towards the 115? We'll see what happened. Today, I really liked Halliburton's $40 move. I talked about that yesterday, that I like that level. Today, we went right back down there and bounced right back up. We'll see how this one closed today. Slumber Day has been leading it. We'll look to see if that can keep pushing also. I do like these names. Valero, another one that I've been liking for a while. Diesel play. Man, it would have been nice. We were looking at this back then. It pulled back to that level. We could have sold the rip, bought the dip, and sold the rip again. Seems like my man, Dennis Dick, knows how it is, man. All right, let's keep going. I do see some names thrown up in the chat. Let's keep rolling through here. UAL being brought up here. Let's take a look, Panda Bear. Let's do it, Charlene. All right, let's go. UAL getting the lift here towards the close. I think it doesn't look bad. I actually want to get a piece of the airlines. The only question is, how much pullback do I wait for? That's the hard part in determining right now with the airlines. Was this earnings good? Hell yeah. The earnings were kick-ass for United Airlines. Now the only question is, where do we get the pullback? I was looking at AAL to see if we were going to come back into this zone, right? Back below 16. For UAL, I saw the gap here, and I was wondering, are we just going to do this little small gap move and then recover right back up? Well, it seems like that's exactly what's happened here. I'm looking for a little bit more of a retracement of the recent move, but that would be me just using my retracements. That'd be closer towards 45.50. If we can get back to 45.50, I'll be a buyer on UAL. But for right now, I feel like it's just gone a little bit too far without me. And unless I'm going to be day trading it and renting it, I'll just let it make the move. All right, let's keep going. I'll take a look at some other stocks. Solar stinks. FSLR. We'll see how it is. How are those solar plays? FSLR actually was thinking about a short. Let's talk a little bit about these. You can see here, this is actually bouncing back after it really fell off the tape yesterday. Trying to get back there towards the resistance. Resistance, I would say right now around 168.90s, maybe 169. We'll see if it gets through there, starts bouncing back. FSLR found a little bit of a bounce today. EMPH in the red today. That's interesting. That's still kind of in the red for the rest of the day. We'll see what happens there. Run getting a little bit of a bounce. You see solar right here. The overall industry, there was about 3 names in the red, majority in the green, showing at least that bounce back. Also been keeping my eye on like a Jinko Solar to see if that one could ever start getting moved, and it hasn't done much, right? iSun having a good day there, but that's just a cheap name. That's why you see it high on the percentage. We'll see what happens there and some solar plays. All right, let's keep going. I got some other ones. I did touch EMPH there. Boom, boom. Yeah, that doesn't look good when you're seeing one of the leaders in the red, yet FSLR not being good there. Got green today, trading EMPH, but looks very weak. Yeah, it was a tough one there, Grateful. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at some other ones. Can't wait for the GNS interview on Monday. Any chance we can submit a question ahead of that interview? Great question there, Jelly Bean. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll make sure that they have that kind of like a little form on our Twitter that they're asking the question, but also you can reach out to us, Jellybean, and anybody listening in right now. If there's ever a company that you want to hear some more information about, always reach out to us. We can always try to get them onto an interview. We can reach out to them for a comment. In this case, the GNS interview will be happening on Monday. It's going to be around 11:15. But you guys can reach out to us, shows@benzinga.com. Tell us, hey, question for GNS interview, submit it. We'll go ahead and do our best. We love to bring questions from you guys because that's what gives us a competitive advantage over all the rest of the media. We're here. We can go ahead and look at the chat. You guys can give questions. So if you want to be at a place that gives you the opportunity also to take part in the content, right here, it's Benzinga, where you want to be. All right, let's keep going. Let's take a look at some other names. GEHC, Hertz with a good one here. That's the spinoff from GE, right? Well, this is getting the lift here. I expect this one to actually stay a little bit more bullish than GE. We can see here how this one had pulled back the last couple of days, now getting the rip up. I think you're going to start seeing this one actually do better than the classic GE. We'll just have to wait and see, right? We'll have to find out. All right, GNRC. Let's take a look there. GNRC, Generac Holdings. I really don't like Generac Holding EKS. To each his own, but I just don't like any chart that's going to look like this, right? Any chart that's made this type of move all the way up, all the way back down, I kind of want to stay away. This looks like Mount Everest to me, right? I don't know about you guys, but if I made it all the way up the mountain, all the way back down the mountain, do I really want to go back up the mountain? Highly unlikely. So at that point, I think at this point, you know how far it's going to take you to get there to the 500s? I think maybe you get back up there. Maybe you hang out around the 100s, but what's going to change Generac? I just don't see it. I think there's other providers out there for kind of what they do. There's nothing, I think, special there. But that's just my thinking also. I've read into some short reports that have put in some bad outlooks there for Generac. If you guys want to take a look at that, you guys can go ahead and do so. Just look them up. There are plenty of short reports that have been put out on Generac. All right, let's keep going. We'll take a look at some other names. Great day for the Bulls indeed, Kyle James. The Bulls are loving it today. About to be 1 minute away from the bell here. Look at that, 395.90s. The week doesn't look that bad. Look at the weekly candle, team. Look at this recovery here. We opened the week at 398.42. We're going to close the week at 395.60s. Doesn't look that bad, right? Well, think about it in perspective. It went to a low of 387. That's a crazy move there for the SPY. Overall, take a look at the daily, the ATR. ATR up there towards 6.11 on the SPY. So SPY moving in easily 6 points a day. That is massive there. Massive moves there by the SPY overall, getting back up there. Let's go back to some of the names. Tesla getting a little bit of a bounce back. Did the dash for trash come back? Well, not in Bed Bath & Beyond. Look at GME. Popped up a little bit there. AMC. What about the Carvana fans? Ooh, Carvana got a little bit of a bounce. Not too much there. We'll see what happens there. Let's go to ARKK just to take a look at growth on the day. Growth getting the bounce back. You guys can see this. I talked about it yesterday. Pretty much all of this was in the red. Every single stock was in the red yesterday for Kathy. And what happens today? Everything in the green. This is why we look at ARKK often to see what's going on in the growth stocks. Unity bouncing back today. Square, Shop, Roblox, Hood, TXG. I've been talking about how strong this one has been. 10x Genomics. Keep this one on your radar. I like the way that the action's going. It seems to me like bulls have control in this one. I don't look into genomic stocks often, but TXG, definitely take a look at it. All right, team, we'll see what else is going on. That's 4 p.m. That's going to do it for me. Stop the clock is right, EKS. There is one last thing, though. I don't know if you guys are part of the book club. If you aren't, you're going to be missing out this Sunday. Our first meeting this Sunday, 6 p.m. Sunday. You don't want to miss it. We'll be there. Will you? That's the only question I have. Don't miss it. We will start going through our book, of course, Trading in the Zone. We've already sent out an email for those that have already been signed up. And remember, it's not just public. It's not just where you can go to the YouTube and find us. You got to get a part of the club. So if you're going to be a part of it, I will see you guys there. Sign up for that form. If you did sign up for that form, you probably already have sent and seen it in your email. Check your spam just in case. You'll see Benzinga's book club. You'll see an unlisted link that only you guys have access to. The behind the scenes. Take part of the discussions. You guys can join me. Also, in that email, if you RSVP, reply that you guys are going to be a part of the show. You guys will be on just like I am right now. Video, audio, whichever way you want to be. Join the newest and latest. I definitely want to give you guys value back. I thought to myself, I'm like a lot of people out there. I wanted to read more books for the New Year's. And I thought, what better way to read them together with you guys and turn knowledge into skill? That's really the hopes of the book club. I hope to see you guys there Sunday night, 6 p.m. Have a good one. Hit the thumbs up. I'll see you guys like always. Keep smashing it up, team. Let's keep pushing. Are you reading those books for the new year? Well, if anything, just join us with the book club. That'll be enough books. I think we'll end up getting through about like 6 or 7 books this year. So join in, team. We'll see what happens there. And like always, smash the like right here on Benzinga. We'll keep it live for you guys. And if you guys need to stay up with all the earnings, like always, team, catch up with our Twitter at Benzinga. You guys will see the earnings calendar there so that you guys are ready for next week. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Mitch gonna read? It's not story time. It's discussion time. We'll be talking about the book. You guys have to do the hard work. Read about like 10 pages a night. It's not that hard. I'll see you guys there on Sunday. Hit the thumbs up on your way out.